St. Louis. Now I'm asking the mayor and the county council president and the county council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio in Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. I'm telling you, you're going to just want to call now and be on hold. I'm just saying. So, I don't know if you heard. I talked about it the other day. The 5 officers from Memphis, Tennessee, who decided to chase the kid, catch the kid, beat the kid, kill the kid, right? And when I say kid, I mean the young man, he was 29 years old. But in comparison to me, he's a kid. Well, guess what? 5 former Memphis police officers who were fired for their actions during the arrest of Tyrese Nichols, Tyrese Nichols, earlier this month, were indicted on charges including murder and kidnapping, Shelby County District Attorney Steve Mulroy announced on today. The 5 officers, Tadarius Bean, Demetrius Haley, Justin Smith, Emmett Martin, and Desmond Mills Jr. have all been charged with second-degree murder, aggravated assault, 2 charges of aggravated kidnapping, 2 charges of official misconduct, and 1 charge of official oppression. While each of the 5 individuals played a different role in the incident in question, the actions of all of them resulted in the death of Tyree Nichols. So then, 5 black officers. I know everybody's saying it. Why does race matter? Does it matter that they're black or white? We'll get there. Charged and in custody. You heard the charges. 2 of them were held on $350,000 bail. The other 3 were held on $250,000 bail. The Memphis police chief, Sarah Lynn Davis, is a black female. She fired the officers. Protests will happen, but they may not happen until we see the actual tape. And that's not coming out until tomorrow. So it'll be interesting to see what the video looks like when it is released. From what sources? Is it officer body cam? Is it the public showing it? So think about this. In many of the other instances, issues with law enforcement dealt with white cops and black victims. Now we have 5 black law enforcement officers and a black police chief. Now she'll already be under scrutiny because she's a black female and she's a police chief. And all of you saying, oh, you can't say that. Yes, I can. So after George Floyd, we have Memphis police officers, 5 black, that actually were involved in an incident with another black male where they had to go after him because he was fleeing from the police. And when we talk about the fact that he committed a crime, he did. The one thing you miss when you make that idiotic statement is no one should lose their life after they commit a crime unless they kill somebody. I can understand that escalating into shots fired where you were shot and killed. I understand how it escalated in Atlanta when the protesters shot the sheriff's deputy, who then other sheriff's deputies returned fire and killed that person. So them protesting in Atlanta for something somebody did that was idiotic, they shot at the police. That's on you. But when all you do is flee, and then your adrenaline gets going, right? You got so wound up, you went into what we call the black zone. You lost utter and total, but we don't know. We'll see it in the video if it happened. But it sounds as if their actions, heinous, reckless, just plain inhumane. I will be interested to see the video to show exactly what happened. With the history of police brutality, the criminal police, just plain inhumane treatment, it always involved white officers. So I'm interested in knowing, 833-212-1017 is the number. I'm interested in knowing how the black community will respond to a black police chief in a heavily black city like Memphis, Tennessee, with 5 black officers killing a black man. Will the same level of justice, of wanting justice, prevail? I would hope so. But I'm interested in what you think. We're used to hearing how white officers, camera doesn't work, something happened, can't get, right? We're always used to hearing the mitigating circumstances for white officers. I'm interested in finding out whether or not there are any white officers that say, hey, innocent until proven guilty. Yeah, we get that. I'll be interested to see where the money's going to come from for their defense. Will other cops in Memphis turn out to support them? Will they understand the adrenaline that gets wound up when you're in the middle of a call? I'm interested in knowing their policies, that if they actually have a policy for officer override. Now, let me explain. Officer override is if I am talking to someone and I'm getting physically, emotionally, mentally aggravated, and Benjamin is my partner. And Benjamin sees me start to get animated and upset and waving my arms, right? Benjamin, by policy, with officer override, is to step in my place, say, excuse me, I'll take over. Let me talk to you for a second. The officer, by policy, must accept the officer override. Even if they believe that it's wrong, they should accept the officer override and let the officer take over. Then nothing happened. Nobody got, no hands and calling words. You just got agitated. Then it has to be reported to a supervisor. Hey, just so you know, Dr. Harris was a little irritated and something was going on and I didn't want it to escalate. So Benjamin stepped in, took over the call. Everything's copacetic. They would be, okay, fine. No harm, no foul. Nothing goes on paper. Everybody's happy. You're human. But when 5 of them do it, when nobody steps in, but we don't know, we'll have to see the video. Did anybody step in? Did anybody, when they cross the line, step in and say, hey, stop? That policies now say, hey, you need to step in and physically stop them. You need to do that. Do you have the same vigor, the same cause for justice, the same protests when they look like you? That's all I'm asking. 833-212-1017 is the number. These 5 are Black. And so I guess my question to you is pretty simple. My question to you is, what now?
And that is Dr. Ken's Truth on the new 1017 The Truth.
The Truth Sophomore Year celebration is almost here, and as usual, we'll be celebrating our anniversary in style with you, our